What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new video here on the channel. In this video I will show you how to create your own sponsors, or how to import your own sponsors for F1 Manager 2024. So basically I'm going to be showing you how to export the existing sponsor textures and to replace them with your own, so you can make your own sponsor pack. Now, one thing I just want to mention is it is possible to change the names of the sponsors as well. Although I did make a video of that yesterday. Unfortunately, they had just updated the game, so the text file that you gotta edit is completely different. So I don't really know how you can do it now. Before it was exactly the same as the games before, and it was very easy to just change the names. But now for some reason it doesn't work. So I'm basically kind of remaking the video, but this time with only textures. Maybe there is a way to change the names, but on the other hand, the names don't really matter. The only time the names of the sponsors actually appear is when you select the sponsors, and then you can just look at the logo. But anyways, the first thing you're gonna need is F-Model. This is the tool you're gonna be using to export your or the existing textures. So just go to the link in my description and click download now. You can save it anywhere. It's gonna save as a zip file. What you're gonna want to do now is to just extract it. So I'm just gonna extract to F-Model. You can delete the zip file once that's done, and you're gonna have a folder that just has fmodel.exe. I'm sorry, I had it on my second screen. But if you open it, and then you're gonna have fmodel.exe, and that's the only thing that's gonna be there. You're gonna want to open it and just click more info and run anyway. No worries. It's not gonna look like this because I have already configured it. You're gonna want to go to directory, selector. Oh, sorry, selector. Or you don't need to do that because there will be a similar thing once you open it. But I think it usually says Fortnite or something. It's not it. I haven't seen that it detects F1 Manager automatically. So you want to click these two arrows here underneath Add Undetected Game. And you want to click these three dots here. And now you're going to want to navigate to your F1 Manager 2024 game folder. So if you don't know how to do that, I will show you guys. So you're going to want to go into Steam. Then you're going to go to Library. You right click your game, click Properties, and then Installed Files, and you're going to want to click Browse. It's going to open up like this. You're going to want to click this, Control C, or right click and click Copy. Then you're going to go back into F-Model, and you're going to want to click these three dots here. Don't worry that this is here because I just did a mistake. Then you're going to want to paste it up here, click enter, then click where it says up here in the whole in the pathway. You click F1 Manager 2024, so it appears down here, and then you click select folder. Now you're going to click this plus here that says add game. It's going to appear up here, and this is something you should do or might need to do if it doesn't detect the UE version, so Unreal Engine. That's basically what the game is, the tool that the developers use to build the game. You're going to want to click this and choose Game UE5_1. Now click OK. And the next part, it's probably going to ask you for the AES key. And it's this long key right here. It's kind of an encryption key for all of the game files, but I will leave it in the description below. It might also ask for mappings. I don't really remember how that worked. I remember it did ask me, But as you can see here, it has loaded the mapping files, and you can just use one from F1 Manager 2023. That's the one I found, and it works perfectly fine. So I will leave the F1 Manager mapping file in the description below. And yeah, so now you see we have all of these .pack, .utoc, and yeah, .pack and .utoc files. So what are we supposed to do with this? Either you can go through them and check what's in each one of them. That's kind of inefficient. So click, or you see here it says loading mode. You're gonna click that because it's gonna be on multiple from on launch. Click all, click load, and now it's gonna launch like this. Ignore this. This is because one of my own sponsor mod. If you guys want to download it, let me know in the comments, and I will leave it in the description so you can download. Maybe I'll upload it to overtake.gg or race department, as it was previously called, where you can find mods. I haven't really decided yet if I want to do that, but we have Apple TV, and this is a cool thing as well, which I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video. Ignore these things, these lines here; they're not shown in game. But you can see here there are two different kinds of logos, which I'm going to explain later. But you can basically have, I can explain now. So, oh wait, close this. Okay. So you see, for you guys, it's only going to be engine, which you're just going to ignore, and F1 Manager 24. So open up F1 Manager 24, go to content. Here you can also change a bunch of different things. Like you can change car liveries, which I might make a tutorial on as well. I have some video ideas coming up. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Then you're gonna want to go down to team customization, sponsor logos, and then here you will see two folders: color and monochrome. So if you haven't played F1 Manager 24 yet, create a team, which you should have. But if you haven't, there is two kinds of, or when you select the sponsor, this is when you put it as your on the actual livery. You click the sponsor, and then you maybe scale it and move it, and then when you select the color, there's two options. At first, the first one is color, which is only one color. So maybe it's just a black logo. And then you can change that to, I don't remember what it says in game, but it doesn't say monochrome. But this logo you can change colors on. So what you can actually do when you mod the game, so you can see that the actual developers, if you open this one, or actually they have, so you can see in this one, this is colored. So we have the logo, and here is white, and then the inside of the logo is blue. But if you go to monochrome, everything is white. Meaning if you choose full color, you will have these blue waves inside the logo. But if you choose the monochrome version, it's only white, but you can change the colors of the whole logo. You can't do that with the colored one. But the interesting thing with this is that you can now upload two different logos. So let's say, for example, in my case, I can show you guys from my sponsor pack up here. If we load this exact same logo, the colored one is Apple TV Plus, because I thought it was cool. You can have from the same company, but you can have different logos around the car, which I really like. You can even then you can even have two different sponsors in one kind of sponsor slot. So that means instead of having 50 sponsors, you can have 100. And on some sponsors, I have done that. For an example, with MasterCard, I have the colored one is MasterCard, but I couldn't find, like, I haven't ever seen MasterCard have a different a different logo other than the orange and red. It is orange and red, right? I hope so. Okay, it doesn't matter. And then I had Visa on the second one, but then I realized after that there is a whole F1 team named Visa, so that was kind of stupid. But I still have it like that. Might fix it for an updated version. Anyways, I have talked too much now. Now go to content, team customization, sponsor logos, color. And we're gonna do it with this first logo. So you don't need to open it like that. You just right click it and click save texture. Now it's gonna say successfully saved here down in the console. You're gonna want to do the same with the monochrome. You can do this with multiple logos at the same time. So I think you should be able to. You click one logo, then you shift click uh, another logo, so you get all the logos in between. Right click and then save texture. As you can see here in the console, now all of those are exported. So you just click them and it will open a folder. And you can see the folder path. The folder path is with F model. Now you can see this is a different folder because that is my actual F model installation folder that I had before the tutorial. But I'm just gonna delete all of these for now. But yeah, so you can click sponsor logos and you will have this colored one and you will have the monochrome one. Now you're wondering, what do we do with this? We gotta edit them. But first, we want to decide what sponsor do we actually want to replace it with. So to demonstrate this two different logos thing, I've chosen Aramco. This sponsor is in my sponsor pack, which I also realized after I actually made it that they sponsor, I think, still Aston Martin. I haven't thought of that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. They also sponsor F1, but that doesn't matter really. But yeah, we have Aramco here. Just choose for whatever your company you want, and then logo. Then go to images and choose tools, color, transparent. Now, if you can't find your logo with a transparent background, let's see. Maybe this one. Okay, that one is. These are gonna be transparent, obviously, because I chose that. Um, you right click, save image as, and then save it as a PNG. It might work with an SVG as well, but yeah, prefer PNG. If you do not find a logo with a transparent background, I recommend going to remove.bg, an amazing site that I think uses AI to remove the background. It's great. I love it. And then you take that logo. And if the resolution of the logo is too bad, you can't really see it in game once you've placed the logo. But if you feel like once you put it in Photoshop, if you don't want it to look a bit blurry or you can see that the resolution is a bit worse, you can go to, I have used at least, upscale.media, the website is called. Now we're gonna find the other logo, and that logo is just the Aramco text. But if you can't find that, I want my first logo to be this one, and then I want my second one to be just the Aramco text. And something I can do is to just remove this in Photoshop, which is what I'm gonna do. If you don't have Photoshop, I think you can use GIMP, but this tutorial will be for Photoshop. You're just gonna have to find out how to do this equivalent in GIMP or whatever you want to use if you don't have Photoshop. But if you do have Photoshop, or just open your editing photo editing tool, and here you can see some of the logos that are in my pack. But we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to sponsor logos, and we're gonna select these two and drag them in. Now we're gonna go to downloads, and we're gonna take this logo and we're gonna drag and drop it in here. Place it, scale it as you want. Just make sure it is in this box here. Now you can delete this previous layer We don't have any need for that. Um, it doesn't really matter. I don't recommend having it, so I'm just gonna show you. I don't recommend having. I mean, this size is quite good, I think. Obviously, you can scale it in game, so it doesn't matter. But when you load, when you create a team and choose your sponsors, and then there is a pre-made livery with sponsors, they are gonna have big logos. So yeah, it doesn't matter at all because you can just scale them and move them in game. But it's just if you want to do that. So this is for the colored one. There isn't as many steps here, but just choose the rectangle tool. Or you don't need a rectangle, it doesn't matter. Just make a black background. Okay. Now you'll see this little icon here that I have my mouse over. You're gonna wanna control click it. So it's gonna select select the logo with these dotted lines around. If you don't have that icon, right click and click convert to smart object. Now go to channels and click this little rectangle with a dot in the middle. And now it will create a new color channel, I think, or a new channel, doesn't matter. Just click it. Everything should turn white like that. Don't worry, that's not how the logo is going to be in game. Now click File, Save a Copy. I'm just going to put it where I'm going to override this one. So we'll just click that. So make sure the name, so now obviously we're doing the color one first, is the sponsor name, not your sponsor name. The sponsor name that you're replacing, underscore logo, underscore color, with a U. And then you're going to click here, save as type, and you want to change to Targa. And make sure file name is still this.tga and not with copy after color. Make sure alpha channels is turned on and click save. And then make sure 32 bits per pixel is selected and click OK. Now we're going to go to the monochrome one, which may be a bit different. I'm going to use the same logo here, and then we're just going to duplicate it. No, we're not going to duplicate it because we don't need to. We're going to use the erase tool, and we will just erase this. Now we're going to move the Aramco logo. But you're going to right click your logo, blending options, click on color overlay, and make sure the color is white and it is this hex code, which is FFF, which is white is white. Opacity 100% and then OK. Now your logo is going to be white, and we're going to do the same thing now as we did with the colored one. So control click this to select it, then create a channel, click the channel, file, save a copy, and then Targa alpha channels is enabled. Check. Now you want the name to be just the logo name underscore logo dot tga. Click save. 32 bits per pixel. Now you can close your photo editing tool and open up Epic Games Launcher, because this is the tool we're gonna use to package it. So I talked about these .pack.utoc files. Those files we're gonna have to create those files somehow. How do we do that? With Unreal Engine. So if you don't have Unreal Engine, you're gonna have to go in here, and it might already have a version, which would be the latest one. Or you don't have anything; it's just empty here. Then you're gonna click plus, and then you're gonna click the version, and you're gonna select 5.1.1. I already have it, so it doesn't appear in the list. But just click it. For example, if this would have been 1.1. And then click install. Don't enable any of these things they ask you. Just install Unreal Engine, unless you want anything for something else, of course. any of the plugins is what I'm talking about. Then you're gonna want to launch Unreal Engine. It might actually take a while sometimes. I don't know if it actually launched. I think it did. Because it's compiling shaders and all of that. I think it says, or initializing stuff that I don't understand. But yeah, that's on first time launch only. I think. I hope at least. But yeah. So here we have the logos, and yeah, Unreal Engine is starting. I will see you guys once Unreal Engine is actually uh, open. By the way, you can close F model. You don't need that anymore unless you're gonna export more logos. Now Unreal Engine is opened, so you're gonna want to go to Games, Blank. Here down here you can choose your project location. Just save it anywhere, and then make sure story content is not checked. Project name, I'm just gonna name it logo or sponsor logo mod. Yes. Like that. I don't know if you can have spaces. Can you? No, you can't. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just name it something. Sponsor logo mod test. Create. That's gonna create your project. Now, if you have multiple logos, I don't recommend having them like this, as I have the monochrome and the colored one in the same folder. I recommend having them separately because then you can just drag and drop. What? Oh, okay. Then you can just drag and drop the team customization folder into Unreal Engine, which would have been much better. I don't know why it separated or combined them. But anyways, here you can see it says content. If you want to click that, then you're gonna want to create a new folder. Right click, new folder. You're gonna want to name it team customization. This you don't have to do if you kept them in separate folders. In here, you want to create another one called sponsor logos, or in team customization, you want to create sponsor logos, and then in sponsor logos, you want to create one named color, right, and one named mono row. Make sure you don't have any spelling errors. It should be written exactly as I have written it here, with a capital C, capital L, and with a U here in color, and yeah, just check that, double check. Now go into color and drag and drop your colored logos. Go into monochrome and drag and drop your monochrome logos. Now we're gonna have to do some settings tweaking. The first thing we're gonna do is go to platforms, packaging settings. So make sure you use pack file, use IO store. This one is really important. Use IO store. That's enabled. Generate chunks. Now go to advanced and scroll down until you see cook everything in the project content directory. Ignore list of maps below. Now close that. Go to edit, editor preferences, experimental, and we're gonna find allow chunk ID assignments. Close that, and we are done. Now open the content drawer, go to all, hold the control and click A. Everything will appear like this. Click your first logo, shift click your last logo so everything in between is selected. Right click, asset actions, assign to chunk. You can put any number here. I recommend putting numbers over 2 because if you don't rename it, you're gonna see later. Yeah, you might replace a game file. But I'm just gonna name it 107. Okay. Now you're gonna want to go to File, Save All. And now we're gonna export it. So go to Platforms, Windows, Package Project. If this comes up, you can try once and just click Continue. But if it doesn't work, then just Google a fix. Usually you're gonna have to install a .NET SDK. But yeah, now you're gonna want to create a new folder here. So it's gonna open your project directory, file directory. Then you just create a new folder. I usually name them result. You can export them somewhere else, and then select that folder and yeah, just click select folder. Now it's gonna come up like this: packaging project for Windows. And I will be back once the packaging is done. So it is now done. Open up your directory here and go to result, Windows, the name of the project file, content, packs, and here you'll have it. Ignore everything that's not named pack chunk and your number. So in my case, I only want to look at pack chunk 107 because that's my number. Select them, rename them, and add underscore and then capital P. This basically means priority, I think. If you don't do this, the game will use the existing file. Right click, cut or copy or drag and drop, whatever you want. And open up. I don't have that anywhere. Open up your F1 Manager game folder. You know how you do that now. Go to F1 Manager 24, content, packs. Here you have everything. I'm just gonna drag and drop all my sponsor mod. I'm gonna drag and drop here for now. Then we're gonna take these and we're gonna paste them. So yeah, you can, if you want to, rename so it doesn't say Windows here. Let's say sponsor mod test. And yeah, now we have packchunk 107 sponsor mod test underscore P. And now we're gonna launch the game and see how the logo, in my case, but logos for you, looks. Just a note, make sure Unreal Engine is closed when you launch the game. Otherwise, it's gonna say game already running. Once you're in game, to check if it works, just create a new team. We're just gonna do it quickly here. You don't have to do it. This is just so we're gonna check if the sponsors work. Then continue to sponsor negotiation. You can do, don't worry, if you already have a created team, you can change the sponsors mid-season. What you're gonna have to do then is go to cars and team branding. So don't worry. And as you can see here, our title sponsor is Aramco. Then you can change these as well. And then just click confirm. Now go to car livery, edit, decals, and we should have, okay, have they not put, the game hasn't put any of the sponsors there. But then we're just gonna find Aramco. And as you can see, so these thumbnails here are the Monochrome logo. And once you click it, it's gonna be the full color. So just select your logo, click confirm. And here you can see full color and silhouette. So silhouette is the monochrome one. So as you can see, the full color one is the Aramco name with the logo, and the silhouette is only the Aramco text. What can we do with this? Change color, and obviously we can move around and scale them how we want. So yeah, that is it for this video. Yeah, we're not gonna have it look like that. Don't worry. So yeah, but we're yeah, you can have it look like this if you want. You can have both logos on top of each other, or you can have them in different places. But now you know how to import and create your own custom sponsors for F1 Manager 2024. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you have any video ideas or anything you want me to make, you can also leave that in comments. If you like the video, please leave a like on the video. And if you want to see more like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
face what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.